On day 13, we'll go up the coast of Alaska to the Hubbard Glacier, look at it a little bit, and then cross the Gulf of Alaska during the night and land at Seward, where we'll end our cruise. We're now out of the inside passage, and as you can see, the water is kind of rough and the swimming pool is sloshing back and forth. Soon we're crossing into Disenchantment Bay as we cross the barrier between the glacier water and the ocean water. As we approach the glacier, we have fog and rain, but we also start to see large chunks of ice floating on the water, and the bright blue colors tell us it's glacial ice that has recently calved. Even in the midst of the rain and fog, people start to gather on the outside decks, and then there it is, the Hubbard Glacier. Because it calves regularly, it is surrounded by large amounts of ice. Like this ship, we'll approach about a mile from the ice, but it still towers over us at 400 feet. These people are 18 stories above the water, and still it's over their heads. This is the largest tidewater glacier in the world. It's 6 miles wide where it meets the water, and as we said, over 400 feet high. It's 76 miles long from its source, and it takes ice falling on its source 400 years to reach the ocean. It has that bright blue look because it calves so often it stays fresh on its surface, and it is a very, very active glacier. Here from the satellite map, you can see the Hubbard Glacier, and here's where we're parked. Gilbert Point is often closed off, and in 1986 it closed off for 4 months, raising the Russell Fjord by over 80 feet. It finally created enough pressure to break the ice dam and send a tsunami down Enchantment Bay. This is Gilbert Point to the right. Water flows through here, but soon glaciologists believe it'll close off again, maybe permanently. Let's sit back and watch it put on a show as it calves.
Oh, there it went.
Since we're so far away, you can't really tell the perspective. But to put it in perspective, these little chunks falling off are bigger than large homes, and the entire piece that falls now is bigger than a 30-story building. The wave they create is over 20 feet tall, and that's why we're parked a mile from the front of this glacier as we watch it.
flow moves the snow and ice through the entire width of the glacier, usually in 100 years or less. So most of the glacier ice in Alaska is less than 100 years old. Therefore, it's not left over from the ice age. You know, Hubbard ice takes 400 years to get to the terminus.
The sun is finally starting to come out some, and we see action around Gilbert Point. Remember, this piece falling is over 300 feet long, so it's longer than a football field. We're still in the midst of the Tongass National Forest, and over to the left of the Hubbard Glacier, we find the Turner Glacier, covered in its terminus by dirt. And now as it continues to calve, let's take one good look at the top of this glacier, realizing that this broken ice is still flowing and a living thing to some extent. And then it's time for us to leave. We have to head across the Gulf of Alaska to Seward, where we'll get off the boat tomorrow and continue on a land excursion.
I guess I am just a chip off the old block, or at least an iceberg off the old glacier. I have been floating here for a while and am glad that you finally made it by. This was a great way to end your cruise, and I hope that you have seen all the great wonders here in the Inside Passage of Alaska. Tomorrow you will be out of the Tongass National Forest for the first time in 5 days. Sorry about the fog as you can into the bay, but to tell the truth, without the moisture we will die. So glad to have it. Have a wonderful time on shore.
And this brings us to the end of day 13.